In this episode, we are going to see what Vue.js can do for you. So, with that, I'm your host Sarthak, and this is a channel where I talk about Laravel and web development related things. So, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and like Big Fumes on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So, this episode will be a little longer, so grab your chair and sit with me, and we will see what are the things Vue can do or how we will start to write the Vue codes. So, I have this simple folder here and I have nothing here. So, let's create a new file having name of HTML. Oh, index.html. And now create HTML5 markup, and now we have to go to the Vue.js.org website and getting started. Click here, and here you will find this script. So copy this script, paste it in your headings, and you are all set to go to write Vue codes. But before that, I want Bootstrap CDN so that we have many options for the stylings. So only CSS file of Bootstrap. So let's first create a container. So dot container, it's container. Okay, and inside container I want a div having id of app. So this is because of the emit package I have installed for Sublime. If you don't know about this, check out the description for the Sublime series. Okay, so next is I want to say inside this div, let's say h1 having name of, let's say this is Vue series on bed fumes. Simple and very simple. Okay, so let's create a script and which says new Vue. This is how we start our Vue things. So new Vue and then is equal to and parenthesis, curly braces, and we have to tell the Vue that which is the div I am going to attach this script to. So we have to grab element having id of app. You can also use class here instead of id, but it's nice to have id. Okay, doesn't matter. So let's open this file inside the browser. So open in browser, click Chrome, and we are seeing, yeah, we don't have some of Vue work here. So let's open the console. So we can see it says invalid left hand side. Yes, this is because we don't have to use is equal to sign here. And now give it a refresh, and yes, we are not having any kind of error. That means our this script is working fine. But what Vue can do before starting that thing, we have to see the console. The console says download the Vue DevTool extension. That means there is an extension for Chrome about Vue.js. So let's open this and see what is the extension. So grab here, scroll down, get it into Chrome. So Chrome, okay, add to Chrome, add extension, and yep, it's added. So we have this type of icon here. So I will click here. It says Vue not detected. It has to be colored. It's black and white, which is not recommended. So let's see what we can do. Manage extension, allow URL, and refresh. Yes, so we have to say here allow access to the URL so that it can define where we are. So we have this thing and we have now the Vue.js extension. So how we can use this extension? So let's just refresh this, open console again, and you can see we have new tab here which says Vue. So click here, and this is the Vue.js extension, and we will see what it can do. So now let's click on this root, and you can see root has nothing here because we don't have anything connected with the Vue. So now let's see the first thing what Vue can do. So I want this thing to be echo out via Vue. So I will cut it here, and here I will say data colon curly braces, and I will say message, which is this. Okay, so we have done this, but how we can connect this message to this h1 tag? So because this h1 tag is inside this app id, which is defined here for Vue, we can say just two curly braces, opening and closing, and simple message. Let's go and refresh this page, and you can see we have this thing, and this is because we don't have hard coded this. This is because of Vue. Vue has connected this h1 tag with the message. Okay, so let's see here in the Vue tab. You can see the root says data having message of this. This is Vue series on Bitfumes, which is written here. So let's see what we can do. You can see the name of this root is $vm0. Open console, type here $vm0, and let's see what we are getting. We are getting many things, but we are not interested in these things, so we are interested in dot data. So let's see what we are getting. No, we are not getting anything, so let's say message. Yes, we are getting this. And now what I will do, $vm0 dot message is equal to, this is new message. Oops, message. Hit enter, and it's giving error. Why? Because I have to include the quotes here. So let's include the quotes and hit enter, and you can see it says this is new message, but you can see on the top, on the HTML, it is now changed to this is new message. Okay, so this is the first thing you can see Vue can do. Vue can connect its data to the DOM. Okay, so let's see the next thing. Now let's suppose I have to give this h1 a class of, let's say, alert danger, like we have on the bootstrap. That's why I have used bootstrap. So what I will do, I will just comment this out so that we can differentiate everything we are doing on the Vue. So first, I will just say first, nothing else. So this is first. Now I have to say second thing. So second, the same thing, but now what I have done here, I have just pressed Command Shift or Control Shift D, and it replicate this same thing, and then I have used Control Shift and down arrow to move this up and down. So this thing I have done. So now for this h1 I want to give the class, so I will say class simply alert danger. So let's open this and refresh the page, and we can see this, we have this bootstrap styling here, but we want this thing via Vue. So for that I will cut this out so that we can use this later, and we bind colon class to class name. Okay, so to bind any attribute to the element via Vue, we use we bind. Okay, so now go here and I will say class name is this. That's very fine. And now go here, refresh the page, and we can see there is no change because it's this class alert danger is here. So if we inspect this element, and we can see we have this h1 class alert danger, and now if I change the name of the data, now when I refresh, we can't see any class because we don't have class name type of data. So I will undo this, save this, refresh here, and we have this class of bootstrap here. Okay, so this is the second thing. What is third thing? And now suppose you want to show any element of HTML element with some condition. It's look like we have some kind of if else statement. So let's suppose I have, now let's use h2, h1 we have used, so h2 of third element, and now I want to show this only if show is true. So how I will do that thing, so let's refresh this page and you can see the third element is here, but we want to show this with some if statement. So let's do one thing, so it will show v if, so v for view and if you know, so v if show is true. If this show data is having value of true, it will show, otherwise it will not show. So go here and say show having value of false, and now we have to give this comma here. Save this file, go here, refresh the page, and we can see we don't have anything. And if I say here true, go again, refresh the page, and we have the element here. So let's just inspect this. So we have this h2 here. Now do one thing, false it, refresh the page, and you can see we even don't have that h2. It's not only hidden, it even not present on your DOM. That's the power of Vue. It's not in your DOM, it's not creating any kind of delay, any kind of loading problem, because you are not hiding, you are removing that element from the DOM. Okay, so this is the power of the Vue. So next thing, the fourth, let's suppose you have something list item, like you have this list item, and instead of ul I will use ol, that means ordered list, and now I have li which says let's say my name Sarthak, again my another name Ankur, okay, the channel name, oh not channel, Bitfumes, and then Facebook. I can't remember anything. So we have this list, four list. Let's refresh the page and we have these four lists here, but this is not the Vue way. So what I want to do, I want to have these lists in our Vue data, and then I want to echo out these views here one by one. So what I will do, I will use the power of the Vue v for, and now I will move these data from here in our data. So let's say lists having data like, firstly we have Sarthak, then we have Ankur, then we have Bitfumes, oops, then we have Facebook. Okay, so we have these lists here, and with these lists I want to echo out something. So what I will do, instead of all these things I will say list, and now v for list inside lists. So I think you are getting these things. So I am looping. If you are familiar with PHP, we have the for each loop. It's just like for each loop, lists having list. So now I will echo out only, you can say list. Go here, refresh the page, and you can see it's having some problem. So how to fix this? So go here. So let's do this thing. So for this, what we can do, we can say we have to give it like an array. So I will use this thing here, and for for everything we want like this. So I think this is, and now go here and refresh the page, and you can see first, second, third, fourth, but this is having the problem. Unordered list having 1 1 1 1. Okay, so let's solve this problem. So this is because I have used this for ordered list. So when I inspect these elements, you can see we have multiple ordered list, but what I will do, I will just move this for the list item. So now we have to give a space so that it will look nicer, and I will do this thing. Okay, so you can see we have now v for the li. Now save this file, go back, refresh the page, and 1 2 3 and 4. So this is the way we can use the for each type things in the view. Okay, so this is the fourth thing. Now the fifth. So fifth thing is somewhat like same, but I want again li, and again I want this thing. But now what I will do, instead of lists, I will say list 1. So again I will create new lists, and inside here, now what I will do something like this. So name is this, so like same, everywhere name is this. Okay, so what I have now, I have some data inside the list, so I will get that thing. So what I will do, I will inside here type list, and let's see what we are getting with only list. So refresh the page, and we have some error. So it says unexpected token. So here I think the problem is I have to say is equal to. Let's refresh the page, and yeah, and it says the property lists 1 is not detected. Obviously I have to move this 1. Save this changes, refresh the page, and now Sarthak, Ankur, Bitfumes, and Facebook. But what I want to do, I want to say here list dot name. So let's see what we are getting. No, we are not getting anything. So for that, what I have to do, I have to grab all these things. So save this, grab all these things inside this curly braces, so it will become multi-dimension array type things. So this is not here. Yeah, so everything is looking good. Go back, refresh the page, and now we have again the problem. Shorthand property initialized. Oh, this time I have to say colon. Go and refresh the page, and we can see we have this thing. But if I remove this name from here and refresh, you can see we have everything on the lists 1. In this way we can use something like, if we have this social here, so I will say here dot social. So refresh this page, and we only have social at the last, so this is echoing only at last. So this is the thing, the fifth thing. So next, now suppose you want to have some input box and you want to manipulate these things. So let's create the input box with saying this is the sixth item I want to show you, so it will be sixth. So let's create an input box having type of text and nothing else. So I want to say its value will be, let's echo out message data we have created on the first item. So this is the first, and we have data as message here. Okay, so this is view series on Bitfume, so I want to echo this out here. I think this looks very nice. It's simple, so it's normal we are doing what the things are. Let's go here, refresh the page, but we can see that thing. It's just echoing out the same thing. That means the braces and the message. So let's do one thing. For the input box, we always have v model, and v model value of having message. So go here, refresh the page, and now we can see we have these things. So let's do one thing. So give it a class name of form control so that we can see it. It's like whole thing. Okay, so we can see this thing, and now you have to see the magic here. Let's focus on these two lines, and I am doing something here and you have to see here. So when I press delete button on S, you can see the S is not here and the whole bit fumes is, and now when I repeat this same thing on bit fumes, it's again changing everything here. So this is called the two-way binding, data binding. It's binding the input and the output. It just have connection between input of the input box and the DOM. So this is the coolest part of the Vue. We can see these type of things on jQuery type libraries. Okay, so let's do one thing. So let's try the same thing, $vm0 we have. So let's say dot message here, and we have created, this is the new message. So let's hit enter, but it says vm0 is not defined. Why? We are using the Vue, we have used this thing. That is because you have to first go to View tab, you have to click on this root, then it will define the $vm0, and then now go back, hit enter, and you can see everything is changed now. This is new message, this is new message, and this is new message. Three new message. What is new with this message? This is old message. Anyway, so now go back to view tab here, and yeah, yes, you can see we have the whole thing we are using from the Vue. So we have this false, and we have this message, we have this class name, everything you can find here. So next is, let's do something else now. Suppose I want to show these lists only if I click a button. So it's look like we have something click event of the button. So let's go here, and the seventh thing I want to show, seventh thing. So I will create button, and I will say show lists, and now what I will do, I will create another click, if I will bind the click event. So it look like V on click. So on click I want to do something. So I want to say on click create a function. So function name is show list. Simple and very simple. So we have to create a function, but how will we create function? So for this, on the Vue you have to do like this, create methods, again same thing, colon, curly braces, and the method name, which is show list, is equal to, it's a function having something here. So what I want to do, I want to do this thing. When I click on this show list, I want to show lists. So I think it's creating some problem. So I will say enable, you will not get confused. So I will again say enable list. I think there is a problem, so we have to use this colon here. Okay, so now when I click on the show lists button, it will go to the click event of this button, and on the click event we have connected this method or the function which named is enable list, and now we have to connect that list with the enable list function. So how we will connect that? So actually what we want to show the list. So for this list we again use we show only when we have the show, and we have used that show. I think we can use now visible variable name. So now what's happening here, when I click on the show list button, it get the click event of the button, go to this enable list method. Enable list method make this visible data as true. Okay, so it is now doing this true function, and we have to define this first. So I will define this variable visible here, and I will assign it false. So now go here on this ordered list. You can see we have v show. It's similar to v if. So v show is visible. So that means if this visible value having true, then this will show. If this visible having value of false, then this will not going to show. So firstly, let's do one thing. Refresh this page, and we can see we don't have that first list here. First ordered list we have created. Okay, so we don't have. Now I want to click this show list button, and I want to get that thing. So let's do that, but we can't see anything is happening. So that is because we have to say here this dot visible. That means we have to say to Vue that Vue, you have to go to this data we have given here, find out visible variable and make it true. So go back, refresh again, click here, and we can see we have this list here. Again I refresh. Now click the show list button, and we have these things. So let's inspect this element and let's see what's happening here. So we have this thing here. Now refresh the page, and you can see it is still here. So I think you are getting something. What you are getting, I will tell you. So when I used v if, it will remove it from the DOM, but when I use v show, it will hide that thing. So if I use here v if, then go back, now you can see we even don't have that ordered list here. But when I click on the list show list button, you can see it's now present here. So this is the difference even between the v show and v if. So v show hide it, v if remove it, and we have seen the click event of this show list button. So in this way we can use the Vue in various type of things. So I think this episode is getting longer and longer, and from next episode we are going to dive deep inside each and everything. That means we are going to dive inside simple echoing out, we bind, we if, we show, we for, everything we will study in deep. So if you want to learn Vue with great knowledge, then come here, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like Bitfumes on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Join the Slack community so that you have lots of person to help you, and even you can help others. And if you have any problem, feel free to comment me. You can comment anywhere, any on these platforms, and I will always ready to respond you, ready to help you. And we will meet in the next episode with great awesome thing and the simplification of the documentation of this Vue. So we will meet in the next episode. Till then, be happy, keep coding and keep practicing Vue. That is the most important thing. Goodbye.